With these podcasts with me, Namita Purohit. As a leadership coach, I am dedicated to helping my clients operate at levels very few aspire to. This podcast is proudly sponsored by the Transcend Partnership, an upcoming community that I am building for leaders to find their people, their tribe, their vibe, the people who get them, understand them, to help them find that inner circle, the innovation circle, so that they can operate at 10x in life and business. In today's podcast, I'm going to talk about beyond Zoom, why physical presence matters. And for those of you who know me, know that for the last few years, almost 7 years, I have been shuttling. I was shuttling between Seattle, USA and Mumbai in India because I just loved being in India. Closer to my family, closer to home in my birthplace. But at the same time, I would travel back to the US in Seattle and then travel to different cities because my clients lived there and I wanted to be closer to them and connect with them better and serve them better. And now I've shifted base to Dallas and so that I can be really close to my clients in North America. And I can tell you that it has made a very big difference in how I operate, how I see things, how I understand my clients, how I do different things. And what would happen to me is when I would be in India, I would think like the clients who are in India. So I have clients in India as well. And the customers, the probable customers in India. And I would be more connected to their pain points, their daily struggles. And all of that would influence my program design, my communication, my marketing, my pricing, and all of that. And I have seen this each time. Whenever I boarded the flight to be back in the USA to serve my clients here, even if I have not communicated with anybody on the flight, and I'm just on a full flight from, say, Mumbai to New York or Mumbai, coming to the US, and even if I have not talked to anybody, my thinking would start transforming. Just by being in the presence and the proximity of all of these people, my thinking would be influenced by their life challenges, their pain points, their struggles, and I would get some fantastic program ideas about, what can I do? How can I serve them better? What programs I can create, and how can I fit it in their schedule and things like that. And this would be just without any communication with anybody. And I'm saying this with a lot of experience. I've been doing this for a few years and now kind of put a stop to it by moving to Dallas. And just by proximity to them, physical proximity to them in the flight, I haven't even come to the location, but just physical proximity to my ideal clients, my customer avatar would just have this effect on me, whether I was in India or in the US. And after I moved here to Dallas, I started living here. It's been about 2 months. Is when I started thinking about something. And I was thinking that, everything is still the same, whichever country I'm in, I still do the research for my customers, about my customers online, to try to understand them better, to try to understand their difficulties better, about what gaps they're looking to fill better and how I can serve them better. So why does this shift happen? In spite of having all the information available online and all the tools and techniques available online, research modalities, research papers, research reports, everything is available online and I could access it and do it and, understand the needs and feelings of my customers just by sitting on a computer. Why is location having an effect? Why is proximity, physical proximity with the people I want to serve having an effect? And I started thinking about it a little deeply. And this is what I came to understand, is that when I am closer to people, say in the flight, even if I haven't talked to them, just by seeing them, I'm connecting with their stories, their expressions, their things, their journeys, what flight they've boarded, what connecting flight they would be on, trying to see the last phone conversations they are having before, they've asked us to put our phones on airplane mode and things like that. I'm getting more and more connected to their story. And through seeing, sensing, and being around them and thinking, It's helping me become more aware of these people and their life and their choices and the different things that they do. And it's helping me connect better. But I thought I could achieve the same thing through movies by watching videos, the same thing, just looking at these people and trying to stay connected. And I do that, right? I'm watching movies from different cultures and different places and things like that. So, but why is it that that physical proximity is having an impact, and location, immersing myself, soaking myself in a particular location, whether it's India or Dallas, is helping me connect better? And as I thought more about it in one of my walks and accessed the knowledge that I have received from my teachers, what I came to understand is that each person carries their aura, and they have an energy. And energy, electromagnetic waves, quantum physics, I've talked about this in many of my podcasts and videos. The thoughts, the experiences of people, they carry energy. And it's part of their aura. And it's part of their chakras. It's part of the energy and the waves that they emit. So even if I'm not communicating with them, but I'm just in proximity, physical proximity with them, my energy body is intersecting with theirs. Our auras are kind of getting cut by each other, touching each other and things like that. And a lot of communication from their pain body, from their, or the energy of their pain, the energy of their joys, the energy of their aspirations, all those thoughts that are sitting as energy in their aura and their chakras and systems is what is connecting, is what my energy body is connecting and sensing. Apart from what I can see, I'm also sensing these things. And I'm also making interconnections, etheric, electromagnetic interconnections with their energy body. And a lot of stuff is getting transferred to me just by sensing, just by being around them in the flight. Now, what to speak of when I come to a city and I start living in that city or start living in that country? The place carries that collective energy of its people. And Eckhart Tolle talks about it as the pain energy body, and how certain cities have a certain vibration, and no matter what you do it just has that vibe because it's a collective energy of those people and their life and the kind of experiences that they have gone through that define the energy of the place. And then when you are in that place, you tend to absorb it. Now think about the wall that divided East and West Germany, or think about places where there was, the Holocaust, places where a lot of people died like that. And even if that's happened many years ago, that place still carries a vibration of their emotions, their trauma, their feelings, their pain and everything. And even if you go to these places now, which I haven't, but I've heard a lot of people have gone there, those places still carry that vibration, and you end up absorbing that vibration. And this got me thinking my own experience, and then thinking through what I have learned from my teachers, and thinking through the experiences that others have shared with me. What I've understood is that there is something that we need to think about beyond Zoom. Well, Zoom is good. Zoom is great. It helps us be faster. It helps us connect with more people than we ever have been able to, and talk to more people and do more business with more people than we could have ever imagined. And it's great, and it's a great medium of communication, but that should not replace the fact of physical immersion, or connecting to a location, connecting to its people, connecting to the energy. And I can see a big difference in myself as I have finally decided to stay put, set up a home in Dallas, be here so that I'm closer to my clients and customers. I can see a massive difference in my thinking, in my ability to serve my clients better, to serve and create beautiful programs for them and serve them better, understand them. And I've seen another interesting dynamic with my clients and this is something that I had to research to understand better. And it's called as the distance bias. So even if I'm in Dallas, I'm still doing a lot of meetings with my clients and, serving my executive clients, coaching them through Zoom calls. But the very fact that I'm in the same location it takes away a certain distance bias from their heads, their minds, and it just makes them feel calmer. Even if the meetings are still on Zoom, and even if we're talking on the phone, it just makes them seem calmer that I'm in the same time zone as them, or the same time zones as them, right? And this is something that affects all of us. We are all affected by distance bias, even if communication is electronic, over the phone and email and Zoom calls. But we're still affected by the distance bias. We're still affected by the energies of a particular place. And the closer we are to our customers, the closer we are to the people we work with, the better it is, easier it is for us to connect with them. Now, what should you do as a leader? You may have remote teams, or you may have remote office locations, or branch office locations in different places. And Zoom calls are great, but I would highly recommend you to actually fly down there, step into that place, and be with your people. Connect with the energy of that place, immerse yourself with the energy, soak yourself in it. And just soaking yourself in that energy is going to give you a lot of intelligence about that place, about your own people, about their challenges and things like that. And this is all nonverbal stuff. And by physically being there, you're also able to communicate better with them and establish deeper connections with them. As an example, like I've shared this in one of my blogs, as I was doing this move, I had to ship a lot of stuff from India, as I was setting up a base here in Dallas also, ship a lot of stuff from India, my food and things like that. And my office stuff and a lot of other stuff, right? Recordings, so many things. And I had a courier that would come and pick up stuff at home, and then they would go and then they would pack and then they would tell me the weight and I would make the payment. But it so happened that I had calculated a certain weight, and then the courier company got back to me, the franchise owner of that courier company got back to me saying that, no, the weight was much higher than what I had calculated. And I was trying to resolve it on the phone, but that lady got very defensive and she thought I was blaming her. When I wasn't blaming her, I was just trying to understand. And I just thought that this is going nowhere. And I thought, let me just drive to her place. And in Mumbai, it takes a long time to drive to places. I drove 45 minutes for not such a big distance. And when I reached over there and I told her, I announced that I'm just here to make friends and I'm just here to try to understand you better. And the communication was so much different that she felt calmer, safer. She was able to express herself better, talk to me better, and discuss things, explain. And I said that I think I haven't counted the packing weight, like all the bubble wrapping and everything that you've done. And maybe that's contributed to the excess of about more than 10%. And she goes like, yeah, we did this and we did that and all. Her defenses were down. And then she started talking to me about her journey with her franchise and, how she helps so many other people in their supply chain, small and big businesses in their supply chain by just, they just ship stuff to her and she directly sends it to them wherever they are. And I was like, I need someone like that to help me too, as I'm introducing physical products with ease, like healing products and flashcards and things like that. And there was so much more that was happening because of the body language. We were able to sense the comfort level, responding, serving, and just because the person was right there in front of me and I was there right in front of her. So what can you do in addition to what you're already doing for your teams? How can you connect better with them? How can you connect with your remote teams better? By actually physically going to their place and connecting with them. How can you connect with your customers better? I made this move just so that I can be a stable force in my customer's life. And I'm here. That's what I've done. And it helps me connect with them better, helps them feel more safer and confident around me that, hey, I can be accessed anytime they want. It helps me understand things so much better. And what can you do to find your own proximity partners too? Like in the Transcend Partnership that this podcast is sponsored by, I'm building a community for leaders to connect better with each other. So we will have online sessions where different leaders would connect with each other and have, so many things where they can share ideas and innovate and things like that. But I'm also going to create an opportunity where leaders from a same city can actually have their own meetings in person, because it's an in-person connection where we can really connect at all 5 levels of a person's personality, at their physical level, their energetic level, at their mental and emotional level, at their intellectual level and spiritual level, it becomes so much easier. It becomes so much easier to communicate. You don't have to set up a meeting. You don't have to define an agenda. You're just meeting together, talking, letting the conversations flow, and so much more. And that's what I'm trying to build. And if you're interested, check out the link below. You can join the waitlist. I'm just trying to create something really wonderful, and I want you to be a part of this so that you experience it yourself, and it fuels your leadership journey, and it helps you grow and glow beyond what anyone else aspires to. I want you to be able to connect with partnership. Like, that's why I call it the partnership. It's about partnering with each other, partnering with the coach, which is me and my team, and partnering with your own higher wisdom and inner guidance. So I look forward to welcoming you all in the Transcend Partnership. And I look forward to you sharing insights in the comments about how are you going to immerse yourself physically in the locations and in the world of your customers, of your reports, of your company, of your families, of your people. Imagine your child is in college and you haven't visited that place, and you're trying to like connect with what's happening, but you can't relate. And then when you, how about actually going and immersing in the dormitory where your son or daughter is and seeing what their world looks like, taking in the energy, soaking in the energy, and you'll be able to have more empathy and care and guide your children better as they navigate through that. And this is true for everything in life. So what can we do to go beyond these Zoom calls while we do these Zoom calls and connect more and connect better with everyone else? So I would love to hear your insights in the comments. In fact, not just me, every other listener would also love to hear your insights here as a leader. How do you try to achieve this? And so that we can all learn from each other. So this is Namita signing off, and thank you